Hey guys, AJ here, back on another one. So today we're gonna look at Qays Mahjoob, and I probably messed up his first name, but he goes by Matt, and I don't know where he got Matt from, because like I have friends that I work with, like a friend of mine, she's Chinese, and her name is Casey, but her name is Xiao Yin, but she goes by Casey. So I can see how that kind of sounds a little bit alike. But where do you get Matt from? I don't know. But so this guy, he was caught in a Long Beach thing. And so I was going through his chat, and it's weird because he's talking to her at work, right? And he keeps talking about work and talking about his lunch break and like I guess he either works with his dad or he works for his dad. But imagine after he got busted, them having to like go to his work and take his computer. Imagine you're his boss or whatever, and like all these cops show up and they're like, "Where's the computer? Give it to us now!" You know. So so he starts out just, "Hey, what's up?" And then he says, "Where are we here?" So the decoy is Filipino, and he's like weird. He keeps asking her like if she speaks Tagalog and whatever, and he's just like it's weirdly interesting to him. But here we go. He says because she asks her about her past boyfriend, and he goes, "Do your parents let you date, or you just do it?" And he says, "Date, I mean." And she says, "I do what I want, but they cool, right?" And then he goes down and he says, "I like Filipino. I just saw your picture. You're really cute, right?" And then check out his Mactastic skills. He says, "Looks like you like to dress pretty. Good." She says, "I do." He goes, "I want to wrestle." What an idiot. So there's one part here that you want to pay attention to because all the little goofy sex part, right? But I didn't really appreciate the decoys until now because a lot of people talk about like, is this entrapment, right? And now I'm not a lawyer, right? So, but um, there's a part in here where he talks about coming over to the house, and here it is. Here it is. So he says, "I'm gonna be off work soon," and she says, "Cool." He says, "Yeah." Wink sign. And she says, "LOL, Winky." He goes, "Hugs." She says, "I like hugs." "So what are you doing after work?" He says, "Nothing." She says, "That sucks." He says, "I was hoping to see you." She says, "Well, you cool, and we've talked a lot." So he goes, "So?" She says, "So?" LOL. Now here we go. "You want to ask me something?" And she says, "You weren't hoping too much." Tongue sticking out. "What? Why?" "'Cause you didn't ask." He says, "LOL, I want to come over. I want you to want me to come over." So he was trying to get her to ask him to come over. And the decoy dodged, dipped, ducked, dived, and dodged around it and made him like skip past it and just say, "Oh, I'm coming over." Right? So that, correct me if I'm wrong, but like he wasn't enticed to come over. He said, "I'm coming over." And then he goes, "I want you to want me to come over." And she says, "LOL, I do want you to. I do want you to." He goes, "LOL, we are city. We are silly." So that's kind of a little dodge that the decoy did, right? And like, this chat log goes on for I think it's like 3 or 4 days, and this guy is just a knucklehead. But so before we jump into the video here, I actually looked up the house because I'm like obsessed with the TCAP homes, and this house is pretty nice. It's not as big or nice as a Flagler Beach house, but this is a pretty decent looking home. But you look at the price now, it costs like over $1 million, guys. That's crazy. So, but yes, let's just jump into the video really, really fast. And guys, I remember this guy because this is the very first predator that I remember being tased. Now, I know that the guy from Georgia, the pastor guy, he got tased first. Well, I think that I saw them out of order because this was the first guy that I remember being tased. And guys, there's nothing more satisfying, nothing better than seeing one of these morons get tased. They say the best things in life truly are free. And it's true, guys. It really, really is true. Because nothing's better than seeing these idiots get tased. So yeah, let's just jump into this now.
He's in the truck across the street. Can you see it?
I wonder if Frag has a whole like closet of like goofy shirts that he wears. You know, like, and how does he pick them out? You know?
Walk down a little far. There he is. All right, hold on where you are.
And look at the 90s Ford Ranger, guys. You remember those when those were everywhere? Like, everyone had one, you know? And they were like, even now, you have to still see them because they're pretty reliable, but those things were everywhere.
24-year-old Qays Mahjoob, nicknamed Matt, thought he was coming...
It's Case, like suitcase, okay.
...to see a 13-year-old girl. The decoy invites him inside.
Are you coming?
Now look at, he calls himself Long Beach Guy. I don't know. A lot of these guys is goofy screen names. I guess we've all had goofy screen names. And this is back in the Wild West of the internet, so I guess there wasn't really like judgment on screen names yet. Or there probably was.
How was the drive?
Mahjoob's...
Dude, he is paranoid AF, man.
...suddenly hears a walkie-talkie in the background.
What?
What's that? What do you mean, what's that, you knucklehead? You know what that is. That's the thing that amazes me about this guy. You hear a walkie-talkie. Dude, this guy literally is getting dumber and dumber by the minute. And the thing is, he only lived 10 minutes away from the house. So as other guys drove 4 hours, 2 hours, or whatever, he drove 10 minutes. And you know that he drove from work and he's paranoid. And yet he hears a walkie-talkie. And he's like, what's that? So you would think that he'd just get in the truck and just like Tokyo drift out of there. But apparently not.
What's what? What sound?
It was the decoy's walkie-talkie. Instructions to her from inside the house were mistakenly broadcast in the driveway. Mahjoob gets spooked, but he circles around and comes in anyway.
And I've watched this a couple times too, guys. And usually, if they jump in the car, the cops get him. So they must have thought that he was going to come back because they let him drive around the block and come back. You know what I mean?
Why'd you go away?
I thought it had something to do with police.
I'm not that retarded.
Online, Mahjoob, screen name Longbeachdude19,
Longbeachdude19, man. Totally tubular.
thought he was chatting with a 13-year-old girl. He tells her that he'll perform oral sex on her. I will show you heaven, he writes. I love it. I can do that all day. Mahjoob asks if she's performed oral sex, asks if she's good at it, and other specifics we can't tell you about here. And remember, he's chatting with someone who said she was 13.
What have you been up to?
Not much.
Do you want to...
Look at him looking around with his cool shades on. But yeah, dude, he is paranoid.
Date or something?
Give me a tour.
Give me a tour?
Give me a tour. What a goof.
Let's see. Well, this is the hot tub.
Cool.
We can hang out here.
Literally right back here.
Hey, Matt.
Whoop, Chris Hansen. I like how Chris Hansen. I guess they didn't have like a curtain or anything, so they just had Chris Hansen like skulking in the backyard like a freaking lion on the Serengeti or something.
How are you? Now, Matt, I need to talk to you for a minute. Matt, why don't you have a seat right over there?
But talking
There he
is
goes.
not what he has in mind.
There he goes. Now, guys, I know that I've stopped this quite a bit, but every time that I watch these new thoughts pop into my head, and people have asked, like, was this tasing justified? And he wasn't following their commands. And yes, you could say that he was in shock, right? But most people know that if the cops say to put your hands in the air, put your hands in the air. You know what I mean?
Hands up. Put your hands up. Mommy, please. Put your hands up now. Follow the directions. Put your hands up now.
He doesn't respond fast enough. The result is a taser shot.
Let it stop it. Get him. Cuff him.
Guys, it's the simple things in life that truly give you joy. You know what I mean? It really, really, really is. And guys, I used to be a parole officer. This is way, way back in my younger days. And as part of our training, we had to get tased. We had to get tased and pepper sprayed. And guys, getting tased is not fun. It is not fun at all. Trust me. And you see these videos of these prank people, whatever, tasing themselves or like on Jackass and stuff. Guys, it is not fun at all. And I actually read on a Reddit thread that the decoy said that he pissed himself too after that.
Why was it necessary to use the taser on this guy?
He's already demonstrated that he's not going to listen to the orders of the police officers. A lot of these guys, they are confronted with the reality that they are about to be exposed for what they did, and a lot of them may try violence to get away. The taser was used to prevent any injury to him and also to any police officers.
At the processing center, police find condoms in his car. He's pleaded not guilty to an attempted lewd act on a child.
Now, I did read that he didn't get a lot of time. He actually got community service for what he did, which is absolutely nuts. I mean, you look at the difference in the sentences or even the charges from state to state or investigation to investigation. And I said, a lot of the guys in the South got a lot of time, other than that Florida sting where everyone got out of the charges. But this guy actually went on to get in an accident. He was drinking and driving and hit a woman and her daughter head on. And he was drunk. His blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit. And then he got charged. He got 15 years. So he's actually in prison right now. So I guess once a moron, always a moron. So, all right, you guys, a quick one today. Like, subscribe. I'm out of here. Have a good one, guys.